Zombie apocalypse.
Hey guys, Generation here. Exploding Cats reviews once again. It was an up and down season. Let me know how it's going for you guys, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Alright, so let's go get into it, guys. So we did have, I've been on the leaderboard several times this season. It's up and down, right? Sometimes we run Spice to tank because Q times suck, and sometimes we don't. This is a team consisting of Alolan Ninetails in the lead, ADEOUSX defense in the middle, but I think Obstagoon can probably do just as good, if not a better job in the center. And then old Gyarados in back. It's a very strong team. I did have, it's probably, I would say I had mostly positive sets with it. Show you some battles in like the lower 3000s, mid 3000s, and the 3100s. So we were able to chip this Greedent, which greatly helps out our matchup, right? Greedent's a pain. I featured Greedent for Ultra League Open a while ago, and I did like it. It was spammy, but it wasn't really a positive team for me. I just couldn't figure out how to build around it. I tried other content creators' teams, I tried my own teams, and Greedent just didn't do it for me. But I think that you guys, could probably do pretty well with it. As you can tell, we have Jude in the background, my 7-month-old. He is helping me commentate today. So Deoxys on this Squirrel, we can win the 1-0 shield. So we shield once and just launch moves. And I think that's pretty important in this matchup because there is a Pidgeot, so we kind of want swap. Gyarados doesn't have a terrible matchup, but we don't want to deal with that nonsense. So he's gonna throw. He did build up to Brave Bird, but I don't really care at this point. We have Ninetales, so he Feather Dances. So we are going to throw the Rock Slide, and even debuff, this will do considerable damage, and because of Pidgeot's normal typing, is taking neutral damage from the counters. So that's always good. We kind of want to scare him into shielding here, so we're going to launch the Psycho Boost. And the great thing about Psycho Boost is that if people lose track of your energy with Deoxys, they're kind of in trouble, right? Because you get to them so quick. And this man has lost track of our energy. And he does snipe us down with a Swampert, and that's fine. So we do know he has a loaded Pidgeot. Gyarados is one of the best Swampert counters out there. So we're just going to allow Gyarados to kind of eat up all these Hydro Cannons. Just throwing the Aqua Tails, getting some chip damage in there. Trying to get Swampert as low as we possibly can. Okay, we definitely have some talented battlers in this video, as you'll see. Lots of talented battlers. Some wins, some losses, but overall, it was normally positive throughout most of the matches, so it was good. There comes another Hydro Cannon. Okay, and there's another Hydro Cannon. Now you see we have a stored move. Hydro Cannon will not kill Gyarados here. We can take 3 of them. And then in we go to the Ninetales, and he overtaps. He overtaps and accidentally hits another Gust, and I understand. I've been there, I've done that, I've played Pidgeot, and this trainer hit Legend with it, so I guess it still has some use in the meta. I'm not convinced. I think I wasted, like 500, 600k building it because of the nerf, but yeah. So anyway, let's get into the next battle. Now, I've been asked before if Abomasnow would work, and it might, but I wouldn't recommend it. I think the Fairy typing on Ninetales is probably really critical to this team. Just for like Obstagoons and things like that. Obstagoon is kind of everywhere in the meta, but if you do have an Abomasnow, maybe consider a different team. Probably one with a like Swampert core or a Jellicent core. I know that Ninetales is generally run with a Jellicent in back. I did try that team, but not so much success. So let's get into the next battle here and see what we're doing. An Umbreon, okay? So these are always obnoxious. It's a really frustrating matchup. What I like to do against the Umbreon is I build up to the Dazzling Gleam and then I throw a Weather Ball and see what they do. They generally like to shield the second one, I've come to find out, so I might start just throwing the Dazzling Gleam right off. So he CMPs me. I know that he knows his counts now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bait again. Comes the Last Resort. Going to build up to Dazzling Gleam again. Oh, just one off. I'm playing like a Papega. But anyway, let's see here. Yeah, so he does shield it, which is great for us, because now if we do land a Dazzling Gleam, that Umbreon is going to be really, really low on health. Now, they do like to run Talonflames in the back. I've seen some run Double Fire in the back, so I assumed that since they didn't swap in a Charizard on me, they don't have Double Fire. So I'm expecting maybe a Giratina with Talonflame or some kind of core like that, or maybe the Umbreon Talonflame team that I used back in Season 6. Or Season 7, I forget, it's been so long. But the Triple XL team. Okay, so we were able to farm down, loaded with energy, which is great. Even shields. Cresselia comes out. Now, I really need to land this Dazzling Gleam when I see a Cresselia. So what I'm going to do is bait out any answer they have to Gyarados. There we go, got a little bit of energy, so we'll be close to a Weather Ball. Sometimes those extra Powder Snows help if you know what your opponent's count is. So we knew we were safe, unless they Grass Knotted, but we knew we were safe to at least throw a little bit. And an Articuno. You hate to see it. This is going to be a win, but it's just an obnoxious win, right? Articuno is just a pain in the butt to deal with. Just all the debuffs and everything. And we already got the debuff from Cresselia, which is like, that almost never happens, so. Okay, so here comes another move. Right, and we go down. Right, Deoxys comes in. Not a bad matchup, right? Can't really hurt us too bad. Hurricane does slap a little bit, but I have a feeling he's just gonna try to debuff us. Right, AC Wind comes out. Trying to get to that Rock Slide. We do get to the Rock Slide, which is awesome, and we're only single debuffed, so this should take out the Articuno from here. Pretty darn close. I always forget my matches. Yeah, it looks like it did take him out, so what I'm gonna do is just build up a bunch of energy here, wait for him to throw. Cool, there's the throw. Get that Rock Slide loaded and ready to go. And then in we go to Ninetails. Now we're just going to force him to throw energy here, right? Because he's got to start shielding, and we have energy loaded on Deoxys, which can handle pretty much any move from Cresselia. So we're going to get that shield, or have him throw his energy. Either one wins us the game from this point. So we throw the Weather Ball. He's going to shield out of desperation. And in this match, yeah, this was the match I threw on CMP. Which is great. We are not going to shield. We have a Deoxys, so we kind of don't have to. All right, and then in comes Deoxys, and down goes Cresselia. So GG to our opponent. Well played, very good trainers using very good teams. Any other teams you guys see on my videos, most of them are really good. Some of them I do question their validity, but at least, you know, the person I'm playing is in an even elo with me, so the team is probably pretty decent. You probably just have to try a little bit harder with teams that teams like that. So the concept of this team, guys, is we kind of have two things that handle Giratina, right? And Ninetails wins a lot of leads. So if there is a Giratina in the back, generally we'll pin it in the back. They'll be forced to throw in their safe swap that's neutral to Ninetails if they lose the lead. And then if we can just win swap back, then we can line up either the Gyarados or the Ninetails on the Giratina later on in the match. And then Deoxys, of course, is just an absolute beast. Just like Obstagoon is, either one. Both good Pokemon. I definitely have Deoxys on this team because of the bulk. And because it just smothers Talonflames. It's just almost unfair. It really just smothers Talonflames. If they let one Rock Slide go through, they're done. And honestly, if they do double shield by the time they do double shield, you've done so much damage anyway. With counter, Psycho Boost is usually just about enough. Alright, Swampert. You love to hate to see it. Alright, so we are going to get a little bit of chip damage off here. We're going to wait and we're going to absorb a Hydro Cannon. And then try to catch the second one. But who knows. People aren't really throwing back to back anymore. Build up a little bit more energy. Here's the Hydro Cannon. Swap. Gyarados comes out. And then we see a Mandibuzz. So it's kind of good that we drew the Mandibuzz out. That's another good thing, is generally things that are weak to Ninetails are also going to have a good time against our Deoxys. And so us getting this bird out right now saves Deoxys for endgame, which can really change a lot of matchups. The only time it gets tricky is, say, if there is a Giratina back there, then things can get weird. Things can get real tough. Because I believe in this matchup we have to lose Swap, because we can't start committing shields on the Gyarados, so we just try to do as much damage as possible. And this trainer actually allows us to get to another Aqua Tail, which is great. Him allowing us to get to that Aqua Tail kind of gives us the option of whether or not we want to lose Swap or just shield and regain Swap. So in this instance, I choose to shield. He throws the move, and we just farm him down. Okay, that was good. Always a good time when you're able to do that. Registeel, so that's probably the worst thing. That's the worst thing. So we see our Registeel in back, and we're probably going to lose this game, unfortunately. So right now we're just trying to get as much chip damage in. As you guys can see, Gyarados with just a tiny bit of health did do a lot of damage. So we're going to come in here and try to absorb the energy. See what this Registeel wants to do, right? Flash Cannon comes out. And he makes a really smart play by swapping. So now I've just got to eat too much damage, right? I should have gone into Ninetails and absorbed the Hydro Cannon. That might have gotten me closer to winning, but right now I'm just about in range for a, just about in range to be killed by a, what's it called, Flash Cannon. Sorry guys, my brain just stops functioning sometimes. Okay, so Swampert does get to a move. I decide to shield and then just aggressively hope that I can get to a Weather Ball here, and we do, which is awesome. I think he was kind of worried that we were going to get to a, or that we were going to farm him down there, which would put the Registeel into an awkward spot, but he would have gotten there right as we were about to kill him. So yeah, we're in trouble here, only because I didn't swap in the Ninetails onto the Swampert. Unfortunate, but sometimes games just play out that way. Got some nice lag here. Go paddle lag. Let me know how you guys are doing with lag. For me, it's a common occurrence, so. Alright, he's going to take us out here with a Flash Cannon. Then he should be able to get to another Flash Cannon against the Deoxys, which is just barely going to be enough to kill it because we allowed the Hydro Cannon to go through before. And Psycho Boost I know won't kill from here, so I'd have to get off a Rock Slide and a Psycho Boost. So if this didn't kill me, I might have almost had a chance, but it just barely is enough to kill me. So good game to our opponent there. Alright, so going into a different elo now. We'll do some games here. Yeah, most steel types are kind of fine, like Stunfisk and stuff, but Registeels can just be a pain. So we have the Mirror here. I play it pretty standard. I just don't shield the first move. We are able to sneak in a move there, which is good. Which means we're just going to throw right away. Dazzling Gleam, unfortunate. It's always the worst thing when you don't shield the first move. Because you know how like PvP tells you to bait in these matchups? So you kind of get conditioned to think that people are going to bait. Okay, so I know that he's just about to a Weather Ball here. So we're going to throw one. And then we're going to swap. And farm down with Deoxys. Okay, so that Ninetales is obsolete now. It's going to be energy dry. And it has no health. So we were able to successfully do that. So Ninetales is out of here. Then we have a Mandibuzz. Oh man, it's rough. But actually it's really not as bad of a matchup as you'd think, simply because Deoxys is a beast, right? Deoxys is an absolute monster. It really also depends on whether they have Dark Pulse or Foul Play. Foul Play is just so spammy, it's tough to play against. Able to get to another Rock Slide here. Now remember, we tucked away our Ninetales. So our Ninetales still has some health on it, right? Which is great. Okay, Dark Pulse goes out. And I'm just desperately trying to burn the switch timer there, but I'm unable to. Desperately trying to get out of that matchup. So Dark Pulse comes through. We go down. This thing's almost to an Aerial Ace here, which I cannot take, so I throw. We do not want to be taking Aerial Aces when we have no health. So let's see what's in back now. It is our favorite Greedent. And I didn't throw there. I don't know why. Folks, this game would have been so much easier if I had just thrown there. But I expected him to try and farm down. So I was going to get up to within two Powder Snows of 2. Throw 1. We're still going to win, but we just made it a lot closer for us. A lot closer for us. Because we can take 2 Body Slams. And, yeah, barely win. Luckily, we have 2 shields. Because he will get to 4 Body Slams here. I was going for a debuff. Because I figured he would shield. But the opponent... Like, I made a misplay by not throwing the Weather Ball. He makes a misplay by not shielding a Crunch. Which makes it a lot, I guess, better of a matchup, I should say. We are able to get out of here with enough health not to get Powder Snowed down. Because it might have been a tie had we not landed that, so... Because we only would have landed an Aqua Tail after. If he had shielded that, we would have gotten to the Aqua Tail, but we'll see here. There's a Body Slam. We do survive 1 more. Red health. Alright. Well, this will put us in the red. Once again, Greedent being a pain in the butt for us, but looks like our friend here is going to go down with 2 shields. But good game to our opponent. Gyarados coming in clutch in the end, guys. I'm telling you, Gyarados has been around forever. He's been good since Season 1, and he will probably be good for every season from here on out. Unless we get like a super electric heavy meta, I think Gyarados will always have a place. And Ninetales, I'm starting to learn also, is kind of earning its place in the meta. So let's see what we got for our next battle. Now, if you guys remember my old Ultra League Open team, I did lead Stunfisk with Deoxys and Gyarados in the back. That team is a little rougher now because of Trevenant. I am running into a bunch of Trevenant leads in like the 3100 range. And Trevenant kind of walks on everything. It's so good in this meta. It's probably the main reason why I pulled Jellicent off of this team and just replaced it with Gyarados. Because Trevenant is a beast. Hits hard. It's spammy. It has a great bait game. I've lost games because of how good its bait game is. And yeah. It's a tough Pokemon to play against, especially the XL one, right? The good thing is that Gyarados covers it like way better. Way better than Jellicent does. Jellicent just gets nuked by it. Doesn't matter if it's Seed Bombs or it's Shadow Balls. It's going to hit you, and it's going to hit you hard, and it's going to Shadow Claw and get farmed down on you. Here comes our next match. After my rant about how good Trevenant is, it just makes Ninetails that much better though, so we don't mind. Into the next match. We got a Charizard. Okay, let's find out what it is first. Okay, it's Dragon Breath. So we're going to stay in a little bit, do some chip damage. I'm going to swap as he gets the Blast Burn, expecting him to throw. When he sees how much Weather Ball does, usually Charizards panic, but we'll see if this was a game where he threw or he didn't. He's at Blast Burn now, and I swap and he doesn't throw. So he tucks away a Blast Burn. And here we go. Here's a Trevenant, guys. Here's a Trevenant. So here we go. We're going to throw out the Crunch. Going to witness some Trevenant action here. But he doesn't shield his Trevenant, so I guess we're good. He's only going to get to one move. I know he's throwing the Shadow Ball, guys. We're just going to shield and then have a Gyarados, which is good against pretty much everything in the meta, right? Even Charmers. It really does not do bad against Charmers. Aqua Tail still slaps. And it's an Obstagoon, so this game is over. As soon as I saw the Obstagoon come out in this game, I knew that we had coverage because, believe it or not, guys, Deoxys stomps on that thing. I know it has Night Slash and it's a Dark type, but our counters absolutely step all over Obstagoon. Now, Deoxys does have a better matchup against the Zard. So what I'll do is I'll bring my Fairy into this thing, kind of sack it if I have to. I don't really need the Ninetails anymore. This is just a Deoxys game. Deoxys just sweeps. And unfortunately, he's able to farm us down. So we sack the Ninetails here. Throw our move. Try to get the last shield. Getting the last shield seals it for us anyway. So he's going to lose here regardless. He's at a Gunk Shot right now. He's going over Gunk Shot for some reason, which is fine. We just take whatever he throws. There's the Gunk Shot. Boom. A boom from our opponent. And we just come in. Yeah, see how Deoxys just freaking melts that thing. Now, we don't need to shield against Charizard. It's just game over. And he Dragon Claw baits when I'm going to get to a Psycho Boost. So maybe not the best decision. Maybe the better decision was just to throw the Blast Burn there. But, yeah, we're just going to Psycho Boost him and then counter down the Obstagoon. So recognizing a path to victory is a great way to play. When you see the last Pokemon, understanding, okay, well, I can sack this one to get rid of its energy. And just little things like that help out. So Deoxys does well there. Okay, go into our next battle. See who we're playing. Yeah, I do apologize once again for the wait times, guys. I did a lot of editing beforehand, and you guys see like the little blips and stuff. I'm trying to cut out pieces and parts of like the wait time, so it's not so bad, but it also has to line up with my commentary because I've got commentary about the team in between matches that I think is important. So I don't think we've talked enough about I know it's not many of you, but some of you that do have Deoxys defense, take advantage of that. Don't let Ultra League Deoxys sit in your bag. It is probably one of the most versatile Pokemon in Ultra League. I think it will help you climb. I think a lot of people aren't prepared for it, or they don't understand what it can do. They don't understand its matchups because they don't see it too often. Like even on Giratina, if I accidentally get Deoxys lined up against Giratina, I'm going to spam Psycho Boost at it, get it down to below half health and swap out with energy left, right? It just gives you that time. It buys you time to get out of bad matchups. So Deoxys, definitely a good choice. Slap it in between, use it as I wouldn't use it as a safe swap necessarily, but I would use it as a sweeper in the end game. I know that kind of sounds weird, having a defense form Deoxys as a sweeper, but it really does clean up games well. Okay, so that's the info I wanted to get out about defense form Deoxys. Let's blip ahead a little bit here and go into the match. And once again, guys, like I said, don't panic if you don't have Defense Form Deoxys. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people didn't raid to get the XL one. I do suggest that you work on one if you have the chance. Best buddying one, that's 2 less power-ups you have to do. So that'll save you, up to 40 XLs that you don't have to get. So, yeah. And right now is the best time to be getting XLs for rare Pokemon, because you're getting double for the Halloween event. Okay, battle is starting. That's it. I'm sorry. That's it about Deoxys. Let's go into the next battle here. Alright, so we do have an Umbreon. Once again, obnoxious. Right, this is just such a tough matchup. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to build up to the Play Rough, or the Dazzling Gleam, and throw the Weather Ball. Alright, so he's going to throw that Last Resort. Comes in. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. Let's see how this player handles it. It's always nice to see different skill levels at different elo levels and see how people play their Pokemon. So we do land that. He throws. So this is going very similar to the last matchup that we had against Umbreon. Okay, this time I opt to go max energy and he swaps, and I just don't catch it in time, guys. I just don't catch it in time. We do throw the Dazzling Gleam into a Berserker, which is kind of rough. Good thing here is that we are able to take it down without shielding, unless he shields. If he shields once, then we have to shield once. So there comes the Foul Play. Gosh, Berserker's attack stat is just so high. So we get a little bit of extra farm, throw the Rock Slide. This will take out Berserker, because although its attack stat is high, Berserker is very squishy. I have an XL one. I know how squishy that thing is. Great Pokemon, though. So now we are up Pokemon, which is great. And we have a Giratina, guys. Awful. So now we're going into let's bleed the clock game, right? We're going to get off as much of the Psycho Boost damage as we can. We are in for a long battle. Yeah, so we're going to throw another one. Just killed the last little bit of the switch timer. Yep, apparently Jude knows that it's a long battle too, so you can hear him commentating in the back. We swap out to catch the move onto our Ninetails. We correctly shield a Shadow Sneak. He did not throw a Dragon Claw there, which I kind of expected him to throw a Dragon Claw, but because it would have taken out Deoxys. But we are able to get to the Weather Ball here. And he had swapped somehow. This game is broken. Gosh, and this guy's plays are like on point. They're always perfect every time here. It's just so frustrating to deal with. Okay. So now we have a very low Giratina, and we have a very low Umbreon. We have one hope and one hope only, and that's our big Gary boy. Gyarados coming in. Come on, Gyarados. Come on, buddy. We are able to get to the move just before he throws a Foul Play, so let's see if he commits his shield or not. Shield is committed. He has one shield left. We have a Gyarados and a Dream. That's it. Gyarados and a Dream. Foul Play comes through. Now we just need to chip, chip, chip. Just get this Giratina as low as possible. Do survive one of the Dragon Claws. We just have to shield the second one and hope we can take out this Giratina. Okay, there's the second one, guys. This is gonna be close. You can argue I should have thrown the Crunch as soon as I got it, but okay, I did. Okay, this is the match where I did. Usually I don't. I messed that one up. But I threw the Crunch in case we get the debuff. He's still locked in. We haven't thrown enough moves yet. It looks like the switch timer is up now. So he throws. We're dead, right? We have a Deoxys and a Dream. We have a Deoxys and a Dream. All right, Deoxys, it's up to you. A Deoxys at 10% or 5% health. carries us to victory in the end, guys, with 18 seconds left in the game. That's it for the battles. I love you guys. Questions in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. Generation out.